we're diving into something pretty cool happening in Augusta. They're expanding their sculpture trail.
Yeah.
And we've got the announcement right here.
Nice.
Let's break it down and figure out, what this means for the city and why it's actually pretty big news.
It really is. I mean, it's not just about adding art to a space.
I
It's a
know.
much more strategic move. This announcement gives us kind of a peek behind the curtain into the thinking behind public art projects.
So first up, right there in the headline, we see the ribbon cutting for 10 new sculptures.
Wow.
And that's happening Friday, May 2nd at 11 a.m. over at the 8th Street Riverwalk Plaza.
Okay.
And what jumped out at me right away is these are temporary. They're only going to be up for 2 years.
Yeah, that 2-year time frame is interesting. It keeps things fresh, right? Like the landscape doesn't become static. It also gives the city and the Arts Council a chance to see how people react to the pieces, see what resonates with people. And what's really cool is, this whole thing started with the Augusta Sculpture Trail back in 2020. The Greater Augusta Arts Council launched it.
Yeah, and the press release actually points out it was right after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, certain times they really spark these incredible community projects.
It makes you think about how creativity can come out of tough times,
Absolutely. And the initial goals, they were pretty straightforward. Get people outside experiencing art and bring some economic activity to downtown Augusta.
Right, exactly. And public art can be a real economic engine for a city.
Yeah.
Lots of cities are starting to realize that. It makes the whole area more vibrant. It encourages people to come down, explore, spend some time.
And these 10 new sculptures, they're not all in one spot. They're spread out downtown along the Riverwalk and even on the 5th Street Freedom Bridge.
Okay, cool.
And here's the interesting part. These sculptures are for sale. So what happens typically?
Oh, that's a pretty smart model for funding and growth. Individuals or organizations can actually buy these pieces. And then a lot of times they donate them right back to the city to be displayed publicly.
Oh, so it's like a way to keep expanding the collection with the community's help.
Exactly.
And it seems to be working.
Right.
Right now, the trail has 18 sculptures. That's a mix of local, regional, and even national artists.
Wow, that's impressive.
And since that first installation back in 2021, thousands of people have come to see them.
That says a lot.
Yeah, it really shows people are hungry for this kind of experience.
It shows a real connection between the community and the arts, and by bringing in all these different artists, they're appealing to a wider audience
Yeah.
and showcasing different styles.
For sure. So back to that ribbon cutting on May 2nd. Sounds like it's going to be a real event.
Yeah.
Representatives from the city, the Arts Council, and the Public Art Advisory Panel are all going to be speaking.
Nice.
Plus, they're going to have some arts entertainment, which is always a nice touch.
Yeah, always
And then
huh?
they'll have some light refreshments.
Even better.
And here's a little bonus. Anyone who goes to the ribbon cutting gets a free voucher for a guided tour of the trail the next day, Saturday, May 3rd at noon.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to see the art and get some more context and background.
Yeah, a guided tour can really make a difference. It turns something passive, just looking at the art into a real experience.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to learn more on your own, the website is easy to remember. It's www.augustasculpturetrail.com.
Nice and simple. It's so important to have a good website.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So to sum it all up, Augusta's expanding their sculpture trail. They're making a serious investment in public art.
Yeah.
It's driven by culture and economic goals.
Uh-huh.
And that temporary nature of it and the way they're selling and then getting donations of the pieces back, that's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about how this could shape the city over time?
What's fascinating to me is how these temporary exhibitions could influence the city's cultural identity. Like, does that constant rotation of art create a more open, evolving relationship with art for the residents?
It's a really good question.
It definitely encourages people to keep coming back and engaging with the art instead of just seeing it once and being done.
Yeah, it becomes like a dynamic, ever-changing gallery right in the heart of the city.
Exactly.
So if you're listening and you're in the Augusta area, check out the website. Maybe go to the ribbon cutting or that guided tour.
Yeah,
It's a chance to see how public art can really make a difference in a community.
absolutely.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.